Welcome back to Learn Arabic with Manar. In today's lesson, we will learn how to say the names of the months in the Levantine dialect, and we will see some idioms and expressions that use the names of the months. Yalla, let's start. Last week, we talked about the days of the week and how to use them in everyday expressions. Today we will talk about the names of the months in the Levantine dialect. Also, we have the Islamic calendar. We will be talking about this in the future, and also we will talk about the seasons and different times of the year. Like that, you will be able to talk about all the different times around the year. Today, let's talk about the names of the months in the Levantine dialect according to the Western calendar. In the Levantine dialect, we are still using the ancient names of the months that have been used in the ancient languages that used to live in this region. In the other Arabic countries, they are using the names of the months according to the Western names like January and February with a slightly Arabic accent. In the Levantine dialect, we have different names. Let's see them together. Because the months in the Levantine dialect, they are coming as a set, 2 months together, October and November, December and January, we will start with them from here, so it will be easier for you to remember the names. So, October and November, they are using the name Tishreens, and they are having next to the name the first and the second. The first is الأول. The second is الثاني. It will be October تشرين الأول. تشرين the first. November it will be تشرين الثاني. تشرين the second. تشرين الأول. تشرين الثاني. When we go also to December and January, the name is Kanun. Kanun, and also we are using the first and the second. So it will be Kanun الأول, Kanun the first, December. Kanun الثاني, Kanun the second, January. Kanun الأول, Kanun الثاني. After this, each month has its own name. Let's start with February. February, Shbat, Shbat. March, Adar, Adar. April, Nisan, Nisan. May, Ayyar, Ayyar. June, Hzairan, Hzairan. July, Tammuz, Tammuz. August, Ab, Ab. September, Elul, Elul. Now I will repeat all the months starting by October, finishing by September, without saying the English names. So you could repeat after me. تشرين أول, تشرين ثاني, كانون أول, كانون ثاني, شباط, آذار, نيسان, أيار, حزيران, Tammuz, Ab, Elul. Now let's see some idioms that use the name of these months, and let's start by October and November. That would be Tishreens without the first and the second. Tishreens, and it will be بين تشرين وتشرين صيف تاني. Between Tishreens and Tishreens, another summer. So this is referring to the weather, because in the Levantine region, usually between October and November, the weather will get better and we will have some hot days. بين تشرين وتشرين صيف تاني. Another idiom that use Kanun, which is Kanun أول and Kanun تاني, December and January, is أبرد من مية كانون. Colder than the water in Kanun. This idiom is used to refer to people that they have cold temper. They don't get excited or they don't get enthusiastic easily. So we say that they are cold. أبرد من مية كانون. The idiom for شباط is مثل شباط ما على كلامه رباط. Like February, you can't trust his words. What's the meaning of this idiom? We are using this idiom to refer to people that they change their mind always, and you can't really trust when they tell you that, okay, I will do this, or I'm okay with this, because the next day or the next hour they will change their mind. So ما على كلامه رباط, you can't trust his words. Exactly like February, شباط, the weather in February always changing even in the same day. مثل شباط ما على كلامه رباط. خبي فحماتك الكبار لعمك آدار. Save your big charcoals for your uncle March. Because the weather in March, it's still cold from the winter, and usually in this month we will have a very, very cold days that sometimes it will come colder than the days in the winter. That's why people, they used to keep their big charcoals to be warm in March. خبي فحماتك الكبار لعمك آدار. Save your big charcoals for your uncle March. Now we have April, Nisan, and the idiom is مطرة نيسان بتحيي قلب الإنسان. April's rain refresh people's heart, because in Nisan the weather will start getting warm and it will get a little bit hot, and in these days we will always have a little bit of showers of rains, and that will make people feel refreshed. مطرة نيسان تحيي قلب الإنسان. Now we have May, أيار, and the idiom is بأيار نام على سطح الدار. In May, sleep on the roof, because in أيار, May, the weather will be warm and it is nice to sleep and be outside. So people in the old days, they used to run from the hot weather inside the houses to sleep on the roof. بأيار نام على سطح الدار. So what's the idiom for June? حزيران. حزيران شهر الكيف. أوله ربيع وآخره صيف. June is the month of relaxation and happiness. It begins with spring and finishes with summer. So it is the beginning of, at the beginning of June, حزيران, it is spring. By the end of June, حزيران, the summer will start it. حزيران شهر الكيف أوله ربيع وآخره صيف. Now we are in July, تموز, and the idiom is تموز تغلي المي بالكوز. In July, the water will boil in the jar. So, تموز, it is the month. تغلي, it will boil. المي, the water. بالكوز. What is the كوز? الكوز, it is an old jars. They were used to make them from clay to keep the water cold during the summer, because they didn't have refrigerators. So they even because Tammuz is a very hot month, even the water inside these jars is hot. Tammuz تغلي المي بالكوز. So what's the idiom for August? Ab, it is Ab الصيف خاب. In August, the summer got disappointed, because Ab, it is the last month of the summer. At the end of Ab, the weather will start cooling and the summer will start going away. So that's why they are saying Ab الصيف خاب. August, the summer got disappointed. Finally, we have September, أيلول. أيلول دنبه مبلول. September has a wet tail, because in September It is at the end of September. It is the beginning of the rain and the winter. That's why we will always have some rain at the end of September. And that's why we say Elul danabo mablul. September has a wet tail. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. If you like today's lesson, give me a thumbs up and share it with your friends. If you have any idioms or expressions in your own culture about the months, just leave me a comment to tell me about them. I would like to know them. If you have any questions, just leave me a comment and I will answer you. Thank you for joining me today. See you next week. Yalla bye.